A record 192 countries are partaking in this year's postponed Dubai Expo, up from 139 at the previous event in Milan. Aided by funding from the Emirati government, all of them are using the Expo 2020 to present a polished image that might attract investment or tourists, but the strife from back home lurks just underneath the surface. And Newzroom Afrika's Ayanda Nyati joins us live now from Dubai. Ayanda, I do understand that China pavilion where you are has been attracting quite a lot of visitors. Tell us why.
It absolutely has. Good evening to you, Bongi. Well, part of the reason is because of what many people look forward to at the end of each evening, and that is some kind of light show, if not a drone show from here in the China pavilion. You're absolutely right, 190 odd countries taking part in Expo 2020 Dubai. We're currently inside the China pavilion in and of itself, one of the largest here at this expo, spanning more than 4,600 square feet. But let me not do all the talking, get you a sense of what the intention was with this particular pavilion. Important to notice, China, of course, considered to be the engine of the global economy. There's enough reason for us to pay attention to what they want the rest of the world to know about them at this world stage. And so let's bring in our guest, get you a sense of what else we should think about. His name is Mr. Key Fang. He's the director of the China Pavilion. Thank you so much for speaking to us here on Newzroom Afrika. It's lovely to have you, sir. Perhaps let's begin with just the main message that China is sending to the world through this pavilion.
Hi, Ayanda and the friends from South Africa. Welcome to China Pavilion. As you see that, you may see the outlook of the China Pavilion. It is shaped like a Chinese traditional red lantern, and its name is the Light of China, because in Chinese traditions, the red lantern symbolizes happiness, reunion, and getting together. So by presenting this red lantern, we want to show to the world China's goodwill to join hands with other countries on this platform of Expo 2020 for communication and a shared future.
Right. There's going to be a lot of interest, for instance, in the car just behind us, or at least towards your left-hand side. Speak to us about what you're trying to show with specifically what's going on behind you.
Yeah, because this expo is talking about creating the future. So what future society will be? China Pavilion will show you a future world, because we're presenting a smart city. Here you have smart shopping, smart education, and here is smart traveling. This is Chinese people's imagination about the future, how people are traveling in the future, because this car is developed by Shanghai Automobile Industry Group. And its name is Kun, because in the Chinese tradition, Kun is a kind of big fish in the North Sea, but it can change into a bird and fly into the sky. So we want to show our concept that in the future, you may travel no matter by swimming, running, or flying, but you just use your own voice or snip of fingers. You can go wherever you want.
That's fantastic. Many people will want to know, how soon do you think a car like this can actually be developed in real life and be used by ordinary people like you and me?
Yeah, because an expo is about imagination, and this car is just a future concept one, but we believe that like in 10 to 20 years, it can, to some extent, come to our real life.
Sure. The other real point of interest in this particular pavilion is the Robotic Panda, so to speak. I mean, we know the panda in and of itself, an iconic symbol of Chinese life and culture. How are you merging these two things through this Robotic Panda that's here?
Yeah, you're right. We want to merge them together because you see that panda is a very famous name card of China and a unique part of Chinese culture. So we put a panda-faced robot which can show to the people of the world how friendly Chinese people are, because this panda can draw pictures, can play Tai Chi Kung Fu, and can shake hands with all the visitors. And it has already become a superstar of China Pavilion.
Yeah. What does it take to put together those kind of mechanics, for lack of a better term? I mean, China is typically known for its technological development, its robotics, but take us through perhaps the engineering that's involved, especially with this particular panda.
Yes, we think it takes a lot of energy because we think the innovation is a very important theme in our pavilion. So we want to show the world how innovative technologies are changing the world. And here, no matter the car or the Panda robot, they are top-ranking technologies in China. Talking about this robot Panda, its name is Tech. It's one of the top AI companies in China, and it is producing this robot Panda with a lot of high-ranking technologies now developed in China. And here you can see that it can have a kind of very complicated actions, and it can talk, it can draw pictures. Maybe you can see it and make friends with him. Yeah.
I can see some of our camera guys are also becoming friendly with the robot in and of itself. But I mean, generally, a lot of these pavilions, because of the architecture, are going to exist after Expo 2020 Dubai. Do you know what happens to this infrastructure after March?
Yeah, we're still talking with the organizer of this expo. We think we can find a way to extend the influence and also the good ambition of China to participate in this World Expo, because the Chinese and UAE leaders have already reached an agreement that China will support UAE to hold this first ever World Expo in Middle East Asia. So we will see. We will try to get the best result. Yeah.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. Really do appreciate your time. Key Fang is the director here at the Chinese Pavilion. It's located also at what is known as the Opportunities District here at Expo 2020 Dubai. That's where South Africa also finds itself, Bongiwe, and largely a lot of countries will be located in these districts according to what they're hoping will emerge from their participation here at Expo 2020 Dubai. What you've just heard about and what you've just seen is one of scores of other ambitions that many other countries have here. We've crisscrossed much of this pavilion, and I'll tell you what, I run out of words sometimes to describe what the future might look like if people at this expo have their way.
Well, I tell you what, Ayanda, if you ever run short of friends, that robotic panda there is right next to you, as they say that, you know, he is in fact showcasing just the friendliness of the people of China. That's Ayanda Nyati there, Newzroom Afrika anchor, coming to us live from our Dubai desk, in fact, and he continues then to watch this expo for us. Remember, it's running until March next year, so there's plenty, lots to look forward to as different countries are putting their best foot forward to ensure that they do as much as possible to draw investors into their own parts of the world. When